Good morning, I am Shashigurun and welcome to online learning programming in C++. In previous video lecture, I discussed about the data type. Now there is something which is used with this data type and that is known as type modifier. So today in this video lecture, I will discuss about the type modifier. So let's start with the topic. The type modifier is used to modify the amount of memory which is allocated to a variable, and it is prefixed with the data type. Prefixed with the data type means that is the type modifier are used before data type. That is, suppose the data type is char or int, then the type modifier is used here before the data type. Now what are the types of the modifier? There are four types of modifier, that is type specifier. The first is signed, the second is unsigned, the third is long, and the fourth is short. Now the signed can be used with int data type or char data type. The unsigned can also be used with int or char. The long can be used with int or double, and the short is used with int. We know that there are many data types. The first is char, the second is int, the third is float, the fourth is double, and the size of char is 1 bytes. The size of int is 2 or 4 bytes depending upon compiler. Float is 4 bytes and double is 8 bytes. Now what is the difference between signed and unsigned? In signed, there can be positive or negative values, and in unsigned there is only positive values. By default, the variable is signed. Suppose you have declared the variable that is int a, then this is by default signed int a. So this variable will have negative and positive value. So now I am writing all the data type with modifiers. The first is signed char. It is 1 byte size and the value range is -128 to 127. This is equivalent to char, and the size we have already discussed that it is 1 byte and the size is same, that is -128 to 127. The next is unsigned char. The size is also 1 byte, but here all the value will be positive, so the value range will be 0 to 255. Now the third is signed int. The value range is 3 2 7 6 8 2 3 2 7 6 7. That is in Turbo C++, where the size of int is 2 bytes, whereas in other compiler it is 4 bytes, so this value will be large. Now unsigned int. So again the size will be 2 bytes and the value range will be 0 to 65535. Now short int. The size will be 2 bytes and the value range will be the same, that is minus 32768232767. In case of other compiler where the size of int is 4 bytes and if we use short int, then in that case it will become 2 bytes. Then in that case the value range will be this. Sixth is long int. In Turbo C++, the size of int is 2 bytes. So when long int is used, the size become 4 bytes. The seventh is long int. In Turbo C++, the size of long int is 4 bytes. And in code blocks, it is 8 bytes. Unsigned long, which is contained in all the positive values. The ninth is long double. Double is already 8 bytes. When we use long double, then it become 10 bytes. What you cannot use is signed float. This cannot be used. Short float. With float you cannot use any modifier. Short double is not allowed because in diagram we have discussed that short is applicable in case of int. So this is also not valid. And signed is only applicable with int and char. So signed double is also not valid. In case of signed, 1 bit is used for sign. That is, if the value is 1, then it is negative, and if the value is 0 then it is positive, because in signed the value can be negative or positive. So suppose there are 4 bits, that is 1 0 0 1. In case of signed, here the most significant bit, that is MSB, is 1, so it is minus, and now this 3 bits is used for value, so here it is 1, so the value will be minus 1. This is LSB, that is least significant bit. This is most significant bit. Now if same value is to be represented in unsigned, then in that case it will not use this bit for sign, because in unsigned there is no sign, only all the positive value. So in that case the value will be 9. Now there are many data types which are having this size. Now how to calculate the possible value range? Suppose the data type is char and its size is 1 byte, then what are the value range? So 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Now the minimum value range is minus 128 and maximum is 127. Now how this value is calculated? The formula is for minimum value, it is 2n minus 1, and for maximum it is 2n minus 1 and minus 1. Now in case of character, the size is 1 byte, which means 8 bits. So here n means number of bits. So 2 8 minus 1, which is equal to 2 7, that is equal to 1 2 8. Now this is again 2 8 minus 1, that is 7 minus 1, which is equal to 128 minus 1, that will be 127. So now you have understood how this value is calculated, that is minus 1282 127. In case of unsigned, there is positive value, so the formula will be for maximum range is 2n minus 1. Suppose in case of character the size is 1 byte, which is equal to 8 bits, so the value of n is 8, so that is 2 8 minus 1. 2 raised to power 8 is 256 minus 1, that is equal to 255. That is the value range is for char is 0 to 255. So this is how the value is calculated in signed and unsigned based on this size. Now this formula is applicable to all the data type. So in this video lecture, I hope you have understood the concept of the type modifier, which is used to change the range of the data handled by the basic data type. It is used to increase or decrease the amount of the storage space allocated to that variable. And there are four types of the type modifier, that is long, short, unsigned and signed. So that's all about type modifier. Thank you.